this year's Heat team. Well, guys, they got it.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
Bryant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And because of the odd number of games between them, guys, the one thing we know is that one of these teams will have bragging rights over the other at the end of the season.
Exactly, Kevin, and that makes tonight's game, I think, a little more interesting and intriguing. I mean, whoever wins this one will have a big advantage going into the next 2.
And Kobe drops them both. Again with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the 76ers. There haven't been many players that have the physical.
And that showed last season as Miami rolled to their 2nd title in a row.
Now here's Kobe. Shot clock at 6.
Well, Kobe's never been shy about shooting. You know, a lot of people would argue that he gets maybe a little too shot happy sometimes, but you want a guy who's dominant. You want a guy who's not afraid, who's going to fail and just come right back and fire away the next time.
The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Ray Allen is checked in for Miami. And Kobe drops them both.
Was as even-keeled as he was. Stayed focused and start to finish, he delivered the type of all-star performance that he always does. Very impressive.
Well, LeBron is far enough along now in his career where you can start to project some of his...
Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
And Kobe, here we go. And the shot is good. Kobe's got 6. He passes to Kobe. 6 to shoot. And it's blocked. Kicks it to Udrih. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Incredible accuracy. And he can also put the ball on the deck a little bit once or twice, pull up jump shots, get to the foul line. Allen's just one of the most consistent scorers.
We see how much longer, Steve, he thinks he can continue and how much teams feel he can continue.
Well, he's had some foot issues that have slowed him down a little bit. I thought he had a terrific...
Like this.
And you frustrated Steve is over.
Well, I just... You know what, Kevin? Come on, guy.
7 points for Ray Allen. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here, and neither team has been able to find an edge in this game.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And back to the Sixers. I guess for the Wall Street ownership group, going mathematical is something they will pretty comfortable with.
That's something that a lot of teams are going to now, Kevin. The new owners, a lot of them businessmen, they want to turn to math to try to figure this whole thing out. Bottom line, though, is...
Delfino kicks to Kobe. He feeds it to Turioff. Nice D from Greg Oden.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look you want.
Here's Lewis. No luck. Good work defensively by Kobe. Players with the highest shooting percentage last season. 5th on the list, LeBron James.
You know, nobody said this guy couldn't miss last season, and because he was such a good percentage shooter, one of the best in the league, his teammates always were looking for him.
Rejected by Nicholson. Kobe goes in. Good. Kobe's got 12. And for LeBron James this season before last, he really focused on scoring in the post, using his size and strength.
And we've seen his field goal percentage climb as a result. The low post work, I think the selection too, shoots fewer three-pointers but a higher percentage. So now, how do you guard the guy? He's got everything in the package.
Wade kicks to Daddier. Here's Chalmers and White with the block. Here's Udrih. Pass to Kobe. And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And Miami making a change here. Haslam's checked in. Shot from the inbound. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. 14 points for Kobe Bryant. Points played here in the second quarter. Dishes it to Udrih. From past the arc. The shot no good. And Miami the other way now. And Clark, as you were saying, the trio of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh all have options in their contracts to become free agents in 2014 if they choose to. And, Steve, you have to think that at least one or two of them might exercise that right.
Well, you know LeBron will, because he's the most under...
You were saying, Clark, about Philadelphia going through a lot of roster changes last year. You're right, in a season where a lot of other teams in the East put it all together. Steve, bad timing for Philadelphia.
Yeah, bad timing. Roster changes and injuries, of course. I mean, the big trade for Bynum looked like it was going to be something that can help them get to the top of the East, but Bynum never played a single game for them. And so it's understandable why Philadelphia, he can defend, he can do everything. And so the Heat become a nightmare to guard at the other end, and you can rarely take advantage of them offensively.
Udrih, the pass to Kobe. He dishes it to Udrih. Down low, ball's knocked loose. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. There was a lot of thought about how the Heat could improve after they lost to the Mavs in the 2011 NBA Finals. Many called for a veteran point guard, but the team felt comfortable with who they had. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, we felt we had one of the younger point guard tandems in the league that we...
Clark, I mean, you look at the numbers, and you talked about the few turnovers. Top 5 in the league, in fact, in fewest mistakes. So this is a well-disciplined, well-coached team. And when they're on their game, they're just one of those teams you hate to play against because they don't give you anything easy. Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
You know, this is a common problem for them, their inability to consistently knock down their free throws.
The Heat making a switch here. Anderson's checked in.
Well, it's without question Kobe Bryant is always going to be known as one of the great scorers in the history of the game. But for the kids watching at home, it is really worth reminding you of this. He can do it all. He's fundamentally sound in all aspects of the game. He defends, he rebounds, he passes. To be one of the true greats, you can't just focus on one thing. You need to be able to do a little bit of everything and do it all well.
LeBron kicks to Allen. Back to LeBron. Castro. It's stolen by Valanciunas.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
Delfino. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Sure.
The 76ers trail by 6. We've got Udrih. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then there's Carlos Delfino. And it's Kobe in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And Udrih kicks to Kobe. Kobe draws it up. 5 to shoot. From deep. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade.
A big problem for the 76ers last season was finding late-game offense. I mean, you look at a quarter-by-quarter breakdown of how they scored, and they were second to last in the league in fourth-quarter points.
And it's blocked by Nicholson. And Kobe, here we go. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. Mario Chalmers picks one up. Well, back to what you said, Clark, about the 76ers. They had some players that could create on their own, but when things began to tighten up in the fourth, it helped Steve to have different shot creators, and that just didn't happen for them.
They were planning to play inside out, Kevin, when they had Bynum through the trade. They thought they could have a low post man who could dominate, but without him, they were really unable to find any sort of offensive rhythm with the rest of their talent. Now look at Dwayne Wade here, coming off an excellent season last year, 6th in steals, 8th in scoring, and he was also a top 20 shooter from the field, so really a nice all-around offensive year for him.
And Steve, I don't think you can overstate his steal numbers. I mean, they're way up there, and it's a credit to his concentration and his quickness. And his coach, Eric Spoelstra, worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator through years of hard work and dedication to row, but they're not going to cause him to doubt himself, not in the least.
Udrih dishes to Kobe. It's good. This time the assist from Udrih. And that's now 25 points for Kobe Bryant. And back to coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator. Picking Chalmers has got 8.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Kobe passes to Turioff. That's good. Turioff's got his first points of the game.
And
Battier kicks to LeBron. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Here's Delfino. Passes it to Turioff. That ties it up. Turioff's got 4 points now in the quarter.
like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Chalmers dishes to Bosch. Good ball movement here by the Heat.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Delfino, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Delfino's got his first bucket of the night. LeBron outside. Turioff with the block. Here's Udrich, defended by Chalmers. And Udrich kicks to Kobe. There's the dish to Udrich. No good with the triple. But they'll get another chance. Kobe goes in. Gets it to go. Now it's a 4-point Philadelphia lead.
That's a great guy, but you never guess it from his well-rounded offensive skill set.
Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. He kicks it to Delfino. All sorts of time. Rebound by Mario Chalmers.
You really don't want to see him missing those mid-range shots, but when he's open, he's got to shoot them.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. It's Valanciunas. He's checked in for Turioff. Josh McRoberts comes in for Andrew Nicholson. Hardaway is subbed in for Carlos Delfino. 2-on-9. No one back to stop this. The coast-to-coast dunk. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive. Attacking and coming away with steals.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Udrich, the pass to McRoberts. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a new group in for the Heat. Andres Biedrins, who's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Andrew Nicholson comes in for Smith. Kobe's checked in for Carlos Delfino. And it's Udrich in for Josh McRoberts. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Kobe kicks to Hardaway. Stolen by Wade. And oh, here we go. Chalmers has got it. The fast break chance. Poked loose. Now Udrich. With 1 on the clock. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. To see how the schedule is looking for Philadelphia. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. On defense, Miami. Bryant. And it's Miami with the rebound.
Few matchups around the league that are a problem.
Well, they got the speed and the pressure of that Miami defense. You think they're able to compensate for any lack of size inside by using those other things.
Yeah, that's normally the case against, I would say, the vast majority of the league.
Kobe kicks to Udrich. From outside the arc. And that one's good.
Boy, this is shaping up to be a real barn.
They're out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Dishes to Udrich. Back to Kobe. Tipped. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense.
Josh McRoberts comes in for Andrew Nicholson. And Kobe is subbed in for Hardaway. Kobe with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Kobe dishes to Udrich. Back to Kobe. Puts one up from 19. Here's McRoberts. An amazing finish with a hand. Feeds to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
I tell you what, I can't argue with the result, but a little unnecessary to go to the off-balance shot there.
The 76ers trail by 6. Pass to Udrich. Back to Kobe. Shot is off. Good D by Wade. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. LeBron defended by Valanciunas, and it's blocked by McRoberts. But they get it back. Good. And that's now 21 points for Chris Bosh.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
To the paint. And it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Delfino.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
102 left to play here in the fourth. Wade drives in. Fades away. The shot no good. And Philadelphia the other way now.
It's going to take something special, maybe a miracle for them to come back right now.
How about a little luck?
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. And Kobe drops them both.
And crucial that he converted those foul shots. They've got to continue to eat away at this lead.
And so they foul intentionally. Heat shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And as long as they continue to do this kind of work at the foul line, the lead should be safe.
And Udrich kicks to Kobe. Now the pass to Udrich. Offensive rebound. Back to Kobe. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Vernado's checked in. Haslam comes in for Shane Battier. Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for LeBron. And it's Norris Cole in for Dwayne Wade. Kobe, the pass to Delfino. There's the 3. Great D that time from Lewis. Here's Cole. And so it's Miami winning this one. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports.